So it is about almost 6:20 or so, and I'm preparing to go to my first author event. So it is about almost 6:20-ish or so, and I'm preparing to go to my first author event. Tracy Deon is coming to my city. I'm really excited. You guys know Oathbound just released on March 4th. Today is March 6th, and I'm going to the event to pick up my Oathbound copy and to meet and sign her. I plan to bring Legendborn and Bloodmarked so she can also sign them. Right now, I'm trying to quickly get something on a plate for my husband and my kids so that I can go and have, a couple hours off. It's a school night, so I'm trying to quickly just get this done and get them something quick fed, which means they're eating grilled cheese sandwiches. Okay, so I'm en route to the Tracy Deon author event right now. I'm a little bit later than I intended to be. It is now 6:30, and I've kind of just left my house. My intention was to get there at 6:30, but when you have kids, a bunch of them, oftentimes it's hard to get out of the house at the time that you intend. So such is life, but I am on my way now. I like to try to get to things early. I don't really know what to expect because this is my first time, but I like to try to get to things early, especially where there's going to be seating, where it's not that stadium style seating, because I'm only 5'2", and so it's a very, very, very high chance that I'm sitting behind someone that's taller than me. So I try to be mindful about the time that I arrive to things so that I can get a good seat where I have the best chance of being able to see. So en route there now. Hopefully I'm still going to get there early enough where that'll be feasible. And I'm here. I'm not late for the event, just later than I wanted to be. The parking lot was full, so I did have to park a little bit far, but I'm here now. While I'm here, there's a really long line for the book, so I'm standing in line waiting to pick up my reserved copy of the book. This is really pretty. This is a really good book. Haven't read this yet, but I'm intrigued and planning to. Just now finishing this one up today. Really good also. So let me get back in line. Okay, so I have my book in my hand. I am signing group F, so after she speaks, I will line up with the people who are, I guess, in row F. So, yeah, they said that she will sign and personalize this copy and sign one other of the books. So I brought both my books, Legendbound and Bloodmarked, but I can't get both signed. I can only get one of those signed.
This store, right? It's amazing. Hi everybody. Thank you for coming out. I said this the last couple nights of the tour, and it's so true. I'm so happy to see your faces because you're gorgeous. But also because, I know us as book people, we're inside people. We're inside night people. And y'all came outside at night for this, which is amazing, and I don't take it for granted. And thank you so much already in advance. So we're gonna do open style Q&A. I think very nice. It'll mostly just be me doing this and talking to y'all. Well, while people get questions prepared, I do want to ask, who here has already read OATHBOUND? Oh, wow. Wow. Well, you're safe from spoilers for me. Like, that's not happening. I'm not spoiling anything. I will tease potentially, but I'm just amazed that people, they came on Tuesday, and the people were, did y'all sleep? Have you had enough water? These types of things. But then also, who here has not read Legendborn at all? Like, has not read Legendborn? And you're holding the third book, you're like, here. You're on vibes alone. Vibes and good people, and good, book people. That's amazing. I will do my best not to spoil Legendborn. But also thank you for coming, because we've seen a lot of people, like, I wanted to start ringing the bell every time somebody gave their signing line, because I'm like, I actually haven't read the first book, but I bought this ticket because, like, it just seemed like cool and good, and I feel like I'm gonna like it, and so I just like really respect people because you're on vibes alone, and also I signed those books. Welcome. Deeply a lot, honestly, a lot. I'm very fortunate in that I found family during my academic experience. So I was in Chapel Hill. I went there for my graduate degree, and I taught there. I taught undergraduate students after I got my own graduate degree, and I love that school. If you read Legendborn, there is a love letter to that school as much as a critique, right? So I know we can do better. You can see this is the thing I continue to say. But the idea that it didn't start with UNC. I mean, I think even in junior high, high school, the types of places, the environments in which I was educated, there were places where I'm the only black girl in the room, or one of two or three, and even then we aren't allowed to build communities because we get treated in certain ways, right? And in those spaces, you really do have to figure out a survival instinct. I think that anyone who's in a marginalized body who is not and not a majority in a room of education and learning has to figure out and navigate on a daily basis. How am I going to do my best to learn here? What are the things that might get said? I mean, there are parts of education that can feel very violent because of the nature of erasure or the types of things that get deemed not to be good enough from like a Western lens, right? There are all these ways in which education can help enable intellectual, cultural, personal violence. And I say that because I think it really, when you start to evaluate what knowledge is and you say that it is not, that really almost starts to violence, right? So, Art Kwong, I think, is a great example of someone who understands this like really innately. So I think that when you go through spaces like that, you have to make decisions about how you're going to learn every day. You have to make a decision about what you're going to learn, what you're going to leave, and what doesn't apply to you. That's really hard to do when you're a young person. It's hard to do when you're a student. It's hard to do when you're a student by nature. You want to be able to sit with a feet with someone and have them teach you really well. You have to recognize that their perspective on knowledge may not be your own. And so I think Bree's, one thing that I really love about Legendborn is every single microaggression that Bree faces based on what I had experienced. I did that really purposely because in my head I was writing defensively for someone who might be like, well, this isn't realistic, or that didn't happen, that can happen. No, every single microaggression is something I have personally experienced, mostly on campus. However, how she reacts is the thing that I want people to really, really understand. It's not that she gets into a microaggression, she has a microaggression in that environment, and she reacts like she fights every time. This is something that my reader team and I talked about. What does it look like to resist? I think we get taught, especially in YA, that girl bossing means you fight every single time somebody says something, and you never back down, and you never flex, and you just whatever. But like, Bree chooses her battles throughout that whole book. So I think the most important thing we could do is think about how other people might be walking that same path, meaning that they're accepting certain types of blows because they have to survive until the next day, because they have to get through that class, because that person is the only teacher they have who teaches that subject that they want, that they need for their degree. Versus when you fight back, and when people fight back, they feel empowered and safe to do so. Like, that's the thing I would love for people to track in Legendborn, because I think that's a very everyday experience.
Okay, so I survived my first author event, but it was a long evening. I planned to wrap up a video last night when I got home, but I didn't get home until about 9:40. So I got there 6:40, wanted to get there 6:30, but I got there about 6:40 and I didn't leave out of there to roughly 9:30. Luckily, I live close to the bookstore where it was being held at. I'm about 10 minutes away, so I got home about 9:40, but that's 3 hours out. That's a lot for me I have 3 kids. I haven't done an about me video yet, but I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. And that's a late night for me, especially on a school night. This was a Thursday. It wasn't a Saturday or anything like that. So it definitely took a lot for me to be out for that length of time on a random Thursday. I'm happy I went. Tracy Deon, I think it was a great first author event, and she was a great person to see for my first author event. And it was worth it in the end, but these are some things that I wish I would have known prior. And I'm going to tell you that because some of you might be watching this and you've never been to an author event before. And so, these are things that you can maybe expect and just don't make the same mistakes that I did. So number one would be get there early. I was feeling good, like, yeah, I'm gonna get there early. I wanted to get there at 6:30, but didn't get out the house in the timing that I wanted to. But still, I got there at 6:40. Parking lot was packed. I had to kind of park, back further and just walk up. But I got there at 6:40 and I thought I was doing good. It was so many people there before me. And there's a long line that you need to stand in to pick up the book that you pre-ordered. Pre-ordering the book was your entry into the event. So I'm waiting in line, finally get up there, and I am in group F. So they are, putting you in these alpha groups based on your arrival time. So earlier in the video, I was mentioning how I wanted to get there early so that I could get a good seat. And, because people are taller than me and I wanted to be able to see. No, the importance of getting there early is absolutely so that you can get your book signed earlier. So I was in group F. Obviously, there's groups A through E before me before I even get a chance to get my book signed. The event, she started right on time, pretty much 7:05, and she did about 45 minutes of question and answer. And people kept just raising their hands. And I think she wanted to answer more, but of course the bookstore staff had to keep things moving because there was a lot of us there. It was a huge turnout. So great for her. And so after they did the question and answers, then it's time to get ready to line up to get your book signed. They were only allowing us to They said that she would personalize and sign Oathbound, but she would only sign one other. So I was kind of salty about that because it's a 3-book series. So now I have 2 books signed and a third one unsigned. And I had to decide between Legendborn and Bloodmarked, which I wanted signed, which was a hard choice for me. Ultimately, I went ahead and had her sign Bloodmarked because it's hardback and my Oathbound is hardback. My Legendborn is paperback. And so I'm like, well, these are going to be special editions to me. I want her to sign the most durable copy. So I got both my hardback signed. Eventually, I am going to buy Legendborn in hardback because I want everything to match, and that's paperback, and so it just doesn't match. But you can see she personalized. I was kind of quiet when I went up there. I don't know. It's like my brain stopped working, and I didn't talk much. But she probably put special messages and stuff too. But she was engaging me in conversation, and yeah, she was really nice. So that one, and then my Bloodmarked is just. Oops, where is it? My Bloodmarked, yeah. So my Bloodmarked is just signed with her initials. Oh, and then I wanted the cute Barnes and Noble's exclusive edition with the artwork. This doesn't have that, but they did give us this character artwork, this character artwork overlay, and it's this little thing. And so I thought that was really cute. And another thing is when we were lining up to get our book signed, there was a VIP line. Now, I guess this is something you were supposed to sign up for, when you were purchasing your ticket to the event. I don't even recall if I saw that option or paid attention enough, but I wish that I did because I would have definitely done that. So in the future, if I go to another author event, I'm going to make sure if they have a VIP thing that you can pay for, I would rather just pay the extra money so that I can get in and get out because the VIP people lined up first to get their book signed. Then after their books were signed, then they proceeded with A, B, and so forth. And so I had A and E in front of me before I could even start to line up to get my book signed. The way the bookstore is set up too, now this is depending on bookstores, but ours was standing only. So I was used to, what I saw online, people sitting down in their seats and the authors on stage. No, she was talking on the staircase. So she was kind of elevated above us. And then we were down on ground level. And we were standing the whole time. Now, it's a bookstore, so there's benches and chairs here and there, but it was such a large turnout. Everyone's not going to be able to get a seat. So I pretty much stood up for the majority of the 3-hour time that I was there. I was hungry, I was thirsty, and I was tired by the time it was all said and done. So in the future, doing this again, I probably would definitely make sure I have a snack or a drink with me I did bring my Kindle, so I was able to like kill the time by like reading a little bit. But it was such a long and kind of exhausting evening. But Tracy, she was amazing. She's so smart, intelligent, just very well educated. She did spill a little bit of tea too. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there is going to be a fourth book in the cycle. I thought this was just ending at Oathbound, but there's a fourth book, and she's also working on an adult fantasy. So I would definitely be waiting and ready to sign up for that. But yes, just anyone listening to this, get there as early as possible. Waiting initially will be so much better than waiting after the fact when by that time you're tired of being on your feet, you're tired of waiting, you're ready to go home. So yeah, but I think it was a fun event. I went by myself and maybe made small talk with other like strangers and stuff, but I saw a lot of groups, a lot of book clubs there. So definitely just like a fun atmosphere if you are a reader and kind of in this space. Um, I will wait to see what my next author event is going to be, but this was a great one to start with. If you have any questions, something I missed, please comment below and I will answer them in the comments. I do talk back. I love how at the event Tracy said that Legendborn was a love letter to UNC Chapel Hill, which is where she did undergraduate, graduate, and started teaching at, as well as a critique of UNC Chapel Hill. I'm a Black girl who also graduated from a PWI for undergrad as well as for graduate as well. So I definitely understand a lot of the things, microaggressions, macroaggressions, that Bree experienced in the book as well. Now, luckily, I can say that I didn't experience anything as blatant as Bree did, but if you understand so well. I've been in so many spaces where I'm one of few or only, and so I just related to this book, and I loved Legendborn. No matter who you are, if you like fantasy, even if you don't think you like fantasy, I definitely encourage you to give this a read. I enjoyed this so much. This was a 5-star read for me. If you have not, pick this book up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do plan to try to do more vlog style videos, so if this is something you like, you'll be seeing a little bit more of this from me. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.